Good evening. Welcome to the Daily Aztec Sports Broadcast. I'm Amber Salas.
And I'm Kyle Betts. The wait is over. Football season is back. The Aztecs kick off tonight at 7:30 for the first game of the season against UNLV at Dignity Health Sports Park up north in Carson. This is a kickoff that Aztec players view as special, as their season almost didn't happen.
In mid-August, the Mountain West Conference postponed the fall football season with hopes of continuing in the spring. On September 24th, the conference reversed that decision and agreed upon an 8-game conference schedule. Tonight begins the team's quest to win 8 games and make it to the conference championship on December 19th.
The Aztecs have won the past 5 matchups against UNLV, including last season's 20-17 win. The Aztecs can expect to see an offense they are not as familiar with, as the Rebels hired former Oregon offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo as head coach. SDSU head coach Brady Hoke said the team has been studying film of Oregon's offense to get a better idea of what the Rebels might bring to the table.
It's not what we know, it's what they know.
A key thing to note is that the Rebels have yet to name a starting quarterback. The Rebels have named 3 candidates for the position. However, they will not be announcing the starter until game time.
The Aztecs have named Carson Baker their starting quarterback. Baker's focus will be getting the ball into the hands of those skill position playmakers.
We're just going to try to get the ball to guys in space, get the ball to our playmakers, however it is, through the run, through the pass. We could do it all. We got a lot of good guys. We got a great O-line, so we can do it any way.
New is a word that can best describe the leadership behind this Aztecs team. A new head coach, Brady Hoke, new offensive coordinator, Jeff Hecklinski, and a new defensive coordinator, Kurt Maddox. This Aztecs defense, led by Maddox, has 9 starters returning. SDSU plans to continue the 3-5 defense that was ranked top 5 in the nation last season.
A new offensive coordinator means the Aztecs will be debuting a new offensive scheme with a whole new playbook. With these changes, the Aztecs hope to be more efficient and score more points. Hecklinski's new offense will utilize run-pass options, allowing more options for quarterback Carson Baker. Fans can expect to see Baker throwing the ball as well as handing off the ball to running backs like Chance Bell, Chase Jasmine, and Jordan Bird. Here's a closer look at the new offense fans can expect to see tonight. Football is back. The Aztecs kick off a new season tonight against the Runnin' Rebels of UNLV. There's lots of new things Aztec fans will see, from a new stadium, a new quarterback, and a new offense. With new offensive coordinator Jeff Hecklinski, fans can expect to see more run-pass options in the playbook.
The offense is going to come out firing. That's what we plan to do. We are going to be throwing the ball a lot more, but we're also going to be running the ball just like how we've done in the past. So we just expect to come out and be successful on both ends of that.
Last season, junior running back Chance Bell rushed 89 times for 384 yards with 2 touchdowns. This season, he plans to have a similar role with the ultimate goal of running the ball and being a playmaker.
Again, we are throwing the ball a little bit more this year, so there's a lot of things that the backs will be doing this year that you probably haven't seen in the past, in terms of getting out in routes and that sort of thing. But yeah, that will be my role this year. Same thing, still running the ball, still catching routes out the backfield, and just playing ball really.
The offense has learned a new playbook with Hecklinski's new leadership. The plan? Score as many points as possible and put the ball in the hands of playmakers.
Well, there's no doubt that we have a lot of confidence in what we're doing on offense, and I think the players do. I think Jeff and the offensive staff have done a really good job on a pandemic kind of year, getting the things that we think can help us be successful installed and in place and ready for game 1.
We have a whole new playbook, completely new playbook. Again, we're really confident in it. We've been practicing it. We've been getting a lot of reps in it, and we just feel like it's going to be really good for us this year, and we feel like we're going to put up a lot more points this year. We're confident in that.
The Aztecs named Carson Baker as the starting quarterback for this season. Baker is comfortable throwing the ball, which Aztec fans saw in his debut against BYU last season, where he completed 19 of 24 attempts. Coach Hoke has confidence in his quarterback's ability to perform.
How he played in the BYU game speaks volumes of his readiness to play. You know, he showed a lot. I think he showed a lot of savvy in that game, made some really good throws. I think what I've seen since and really getting to know him better because of the relationship that we have with each other. I think I have a lot of confidence. We have a lot of confidence in how he'll go out there and perform.
After disappointing numbers in previous seasons, the goal this year is to rely on experience and put players in positions to be successful on the field.
You know, we're planning to come out fast, and that's what we want to do. And we've definitely been disappointed with our performances the last couple of years, and we're definitely going to be trying to change that this year.
And for the Daily Aztec, I'm Amber Salas.
With coronavirus continually impacting San Diego State and the California State University system, there have been major fluctuations with the university's budget. In a recent campus-wide email, President Adela de la Torre announced that previously implemented cost-saving strategies have been successful, such as the early exit program. The university has projected positive enrollment numbers for summer and fall courses, which will allow the university to restart hiring faculty lines impacted by the CSU-wide hiring freeze. Although the CSU is preparing for the worst during this economic downturn, the CSU budget decreases will not impact the development of SDSU Mission Valley. We will keep you updated on any budget changes after the CSU Board of Trustees meets in November to review the statewide budget request. And for the Daily Aztec, I'm Mackenzie Stafford. Check out this video by Patrick Doyle and Angela Kirsch on the recent Prop 16 rally.
The Daily Aztec is here in front of the Administration Center in downtown San Diego, and we're ready to talk to people about their thoughts on Prop 16 amidst the ongoing Yes on 16 rally.
Students viewed the passage of Prop 209 and the termination of affirmative action programs as a signal not to apply.
This is Sarah Farouk. She is a recent graduate of UC Berkeley and one of nearly a dozen speakers here to support the passage of Proposition 16. Prop 16 is an initiative that will appear on the November 2020 ballot that would repeal Proposition 209 if adopted. Prop 209, which was passed in 1996, currently prohibits California's governments and public universities from discriminating against or giving preferential treatment to anyone based on race, sex, color, ethnicity, or national origin.
Prop 209 ignores all of those systemic inequalities by implementing this blanket policy that overlooks the different positioning of underrepresented minorities in higher education.
The passage of Prop 16 and subsequent repeal of Prop 209 would allow for affirmative action in universities, which is a process to increase representation of minority populations who have historically been marginalized.
Affirmative action is exactly what it sounds like. There is no way for us to combat the generations of oppression in America without going directly to its main sources and distributing equal opportunities and power to the ones that's left behind.
Opponents of Prop 16 argue the repeal of Prop 209 does not necessarily mean minority populations will find more representation, as they could theoretically be discriminated against more. The voters at this event we spoke with disagreed.
I understand that when you first read it, it kind of makes you think, oh, like, they're going to discriminate against people. They're going to pick and choose what races. But I would tell them to really think about their workplace, to really think about their education, what institution that they're in, and really consider who they see there.
The message at the heart of the Yes on 16 campaign is that affirmative action will rectify the lack of diversity seen in many public universities. Supporters argue that due to the historic underrepresentation of minority populations, universities should be able to give everyone, regardless of background, a fair shot at an education.
And as a graduate of UC Berkeley, I saw, you could say 1.8% of the entire campus was black students. And so that small percent just tells you how much underrepresented minorities are on campuses. And you really need to study what affirmative action has really done to our communities and the things that it has brought with them.
At the end of the rally, after supporters handed out signs and posed for photos, we heard from many we spoke with that even as the city quiets down and the microphones are turned off, systemic issues of racism still persist.
I think it's really just a matter of trying to understand what exactly the problem is and how it may not be a problem for you, but it may be for somebody else, and just going back and trying to recognize that privilege.
The students we spoke with today expressed their support for Prop 16, but the voters will get to decide on November 3rd. Make sure you're registered to vote to make your voice heard. And with the Daily Aztec, I'm Patrick Doyle.
Make sure to stay updated on tonight's game following our Twitter at DAztec Sports for live game updates and a recap that will be posted after the game. And for the Daily Aztec, I'm Kyle Betts.
And I'm Amber Salas. Have a great night.